Welcome to the Conquer Your Life podcast. Hello, Conquer crew. This is Janelle Montero with the Conquer Your Life podcast. Today, we are talking about my number one reason you aren't hitting your weight loss goals. All right, we know the new year is here and we have started to think about our health and wellness goals for the year. And let's be honest, we're here yet again because you might not have reached them last year. Okay, so there are so many reasons why you might not be hitting your weight loss goals. So today I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to break it down for you. And I'm going to give you my number one reason why I believe you aren't hitting your goals. Why I've come up with this list is because I have seen it over and over again, working with clients for almost 15 years to help them reach their weight loss goals, their fat loss goals, transform their bodies and minds. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to say is you need to get unhooked from the number on the scale. The number on the scale does not define your success. Okay. It does not define your weight loss success. It does not define you. The number on the scale is simply a number. Okay. So weight loss is often confused with fat loss. Let's get that clear. I'm going to clear that up for you because you can lose 5 pounds and it can come from muscle and it can come from fat. The goal that we want is to lose just fat. And muscle weighs more than fat. Okay. So when you're aiming for this certain number on the scale, but you're gaining muscle while you're losing fat, therefore the scale may not change, or you might see a slight decrease in the scale. That does not define the progress that you've made because you're probably gaining muscle while losing fat. Therefore, the scale is not going to be a good indicator of your success that you've achieved, right? So that's good. That's good. So you can't rely on that scale number to tell you anything really. So the best way to go about it and understand that you are losing fat and not just muscle, not just, you're losing fat, not muscle included in your weight, is to try some other indicators to understand the success that you are receiving. Okay. One of the things you can do to do that is to take some type of assessment, like a body fat scan. So at Body Ambition Fitness, we have a body fat scanner. It's called the Fit 3D. If you're not local to BA, that's okay. There might be another place by you that has something similar, like an in-body scan, or maybe they have a Fit 3D scanner. So a good way to find out if a place around you has it is to actually go on to their site. So go on to the Fit 3D body scanner site or the in-body site, and you can actually search to see if there is places, gyms in your area that may have the scanner in order for you to get an accurate read on your current physique. And then also, as you go along through whatever program you're on or whatever goals you're trying to achieve, you can go and have that reassessed. When you do this, you get a good read of your body fat, your lean mass, your measurements, and even like the Fit 3D has your base metabolic rate, which is how many calories you need at rest. Do you even know how many calories you need? No, you're probably just, under eating. We'll talk about that next. So get a good read on where you are, and then you have a measurable tool to actually see progress other than the scale. Okay. So that will give you a good baseline, and then you can continue to do scans as frequent as you want. Once a month, every 3 months, whatever is going to work for you, but not every week. Usually it's a good indicator every month to see the progress that you're making. Because if you haven't been working out and now you're pushing yourself in the gym, your body's also going to go into a little bit of an inflamed state, a little stress state while you're breaking down that muscle that you haven't for so long. So, sometimes your body retains more water to protect itself and repair itself. Okay. Or if you're not going to go into a scan, you can take your own measurements. Get out that measuring tape and open in your journal up, write it down, see where your statistics are right now, other than your weight. Where, measure your arm, your bust at your nipple line is where I like to measure, as well as underneath the bust. Then take 3 measurements on your waist, your upper waist, where you're narrowest, you're at your belly button, and then right where like your underwear would lie. So, your upper hip, lower stomach area. Take your hip measurement, the biggest part around your hips. Take your thigh measurement, the biggest part around your thigh. So if you do these measurements and then you continue to measure them yourself, or maybe you have a buddy that wants to help you and have them take them for you, or a spouse if you're so inclined and trust them to do so, you have someone help you if you need to. So get a good read on your measurements, because that is going to help you more than just relying on the scale. Okay. The scale is going to suck the life out of you if you are just relying solely on that as a measurement tool for your success. And you're going to become discouraged because it's not giving you the numbers that you want to see, and you're going to give up. Let's face it. That's what happens, right? Measurements as well as pictures. Take a picture of yourself, and you don't even have to look at it if you don't want to. Find someone you trust. You can store it in a folder and don't go back and look at it if you don't want to until 3 months down the road, or a month down the road even. Month is probably a good indicator. Every couple weeks, if you're on some type of nutrition and fitness plan, you could take pictures and measurements, but every month I would give yourself a solid month there to really see progress, so you can succeed with it. And keep going, so you get the momentum to keep going. Another indicator that's super easy to do if you're not into the pictures is find a dress or a pair of pants that is fitted on you. So it might feel a little tight right now. Break out those pair of jeans that are in the closet, or that dress that you love that is too tight right now. Put it on, see how it feels. Maybe take a picture in that, okay? And then in a month's time, try it on again. Does it feel different? Is there a little room in the midsection now? Is there, room in the bust? Like, what makes you feel good about yourself is really what you're aiming for here, right? Like, if you tried that dress on and it fit differently, wouldn't you be like, yeah, whoa, maybe make a dinner date and go wear that dress? Okay. So ditch your scale as a measuring tool is my number one thing. Not actually, I'm backtracking. That is not my number one reason. I'm going backwards here, but that is a huge piece to the puzzle. Another reason that you aren't reaching your goals is because you are undereating. Undereating. What do you mean, Janelle? I thought that I needed to be in a deficit. There's a difference between a deficit and over deficit. Okay. There's a big difference there. So that's why that measuring tool that I stated, having your base metabolic rate as a good guideline, like how many calories do you burn at rest? On a day that I'm not working out, this is how many calories I need. And then when I go and work out, I burn 300 calories. Are you still in a deficit? Yes. But if you're in too much of a deficit, what happens is your body begins to pull from muscle. And let's face it, ladies, over 40, actually over 35, you are hustling for that muscle. Like, we lose muscle at such a rapid rate over 35, it starts to go, you're just like, if you're not working at it, if you're not working to build muscle, you are absolutely losing muscle at a rapid rate. And if you're not feeding your body right, then you're going to lose it even faster. Okay. So you're not doing yourself any favors by not first weightlifting and by undereating. Okay. So the more you undereat, the more dieting you feel like you have to do, right? You're like, well, what the hell? I'm eating, 1,200 calories a day. I'm eating 1,100 calories a day, and my body's not doing anything. Maybe I need to eat less, or I need to work out more. No, actually, that is the worst thing that you could do. It's the worst thing that you could do. So understanding that You don't need to be in such a super deficit to see progress and also be in the right mind and allow yourself to, do this long term is key. Okay. So when we undereat and overtrain, you put your body in too much of a deficit. You start to pull the energy, your body starts to pull energy from its muscle, which then decreases the muscle stores, which decreases you from burning any fat. If you don't have muscle, you will not burn fat. So the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn, the more you can eat. Whoa, who knew? Who knew as you gained muscle, you could eat more and be happy and not feel deprived for the rest of your life? Because, girlfriend, if you're on that track right now where you're under eating, you are going to have a long road ahead of you of gaining fat and feeling deprived. Have you heard that enrollment is now open for the next round of my Conquer Challenge coaching program? It's time to get off the roller coaster ride of results and see long-lasting transformation through fitness, nutrition, and mindset coaching for an overall lifestyle shift that will have you conquering your life in just 3 months' time. Head over to Janelle Montero today and apply. I look forward to working with you in conquering life. And that's why you'll never succeed, right? We constantly feel like a failure because we're not seeing the progress on the scale, and then we gain more fat because the muscle is decreasing. Well, yeah, because you're not feeding your body, so you're decreasing muscle, which in turn gives you more fat, right? So your body can look completely different at the same weight if you have less muscle on you. We know this. We've probably seen many pictures on social media of, this person is the same weight, but her fat decreased by 8% or whatever, right? I mean, I'm that person. I actually, here I am, I'm almost 42. My body fat now is a little bit higher than it was 5 years ago, but I'm also not working to build muscle. Okay. I'm working to kind of maintain and live a healthy lifestyle. I'm working to maintain my muscle. I'm not working to build a ton of muscle right now. That's just the phase that I'm in. But my weight is exactly the same. My body loves to be the same weight. It's my happy weight. Like my body feels good at this weight. And I'm not mad about it because I know I'm treating my body right. When you treat your body right and you nourish your body, and when you're eating enough, you don't feel deprived, you don't feel stressed, your body loves you back and it sits at that nice, happy weight, and I can still enjoy myself. It's surprise, surprise, right? I'm not depriving myself. Okay. So this leads me to tracking your food. Okay. Tracking through MyFitnessPal or my macros, whatever you want to use for your tracking app, but you must track your food. Okay. It's the first thing that I have my clients do when they come to me. If someone comes to me and wants to see progress in their physique, I have them track their food. Okay, a good read is like 3 days. And don't lie, just be completely honest with yourself here, guys. Like, you're not fooling anybody but yourself if you're not putting that chocolate in there, if you're not putting that glass of wine in there or whatever, right? So be honest with yourself for 3 full days and then look at your food and say, wow, I way overeat carbs and I undereat protein, or I undereat in general. My calories tend to be, 1,200, just say, for example. By the way, our bodies need at least 1,200 calories to even survive. So if you're only eating 1,200 calories and then you are exercising on top of that, you most likely are doing your body no favors. Okay. So log your food so you can get an accurate inventory of what you are intaking or not intaking. Okay. You can also, when you track, you can see like your nutrients, like, okay, whoa, my vitamin A is way too low. Wow, my vitamin D is low. Well, go figure. And then if you live up north and you're not getting the sunshine, like, you got to add some vitamin D in your diet as well as your nutrients, your vitamins, right? Your supplements. So look and see how unbalanced you might be with your macros, your macronutrients. Your macronutrients are your protein, carbs, and fats. Okay, I know it gets a little confusing. I'll do a whole episode on macronutrients. If you want that, then yes, please send me a message um, and, highlight that you want that. But I'm planning on doing something like that. What are your questions about macros? Okay, back to this episode. Your macros, your macronutrients, your protein, carbs, and fats are most likely way out of whack. So if you're under eating and they're out of whack, then we got some work to do, right? So by using a MyFitnessPal tool or My Macros or whatever, it will set an average, like a general idea of what your nutrients should be. Okay, so if you come to me and I coach you, like I would actually change your macros a bit more towards your goals. So I wouldn't necessarily say do exactly what MyFitnessPal says, but it does give you a good idea of where you are sitting, which you're probably under eating. Protein is my general thing that I see people undereat on the protein piece. And if you're trying to gain muscle, you need that protein piece, right? You absolutely need the protein piece. A good rule of thumb is if you think of what your weight is now and what you approximate you want your weight to be, then try to eat that amount in protein. However, like if you want to be 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein is a lot. So maybe knock that down to like 75% of that. Okay. So that is a good rule of thumb to help you figure out like how much protein you should get. MyFitnessPal will probably take you, I think, to like 50% of your calories coming from protein. So it 50% of your weight. So it definitely gives you less. But if you're trying to build muscle to burn fat, then you need more protein. Just know that. Okay. So think about it. If you have 1,600 calories and you're trying to lose weight versus someone that has 1,600 calories and is trying to lose strictly fat, then you need to eat different, right? You can't eat the same. So your macronutrients need to be adjusted. So that's why working with a coach, whether it's me or someone else, like working with someone that can help you kind of adjust your macros really does make a difference in the progress that you'll see. Okay. Or you can even do it yourself. Just try to educate yourself on it and stick with it. Stick with the tracking. Okay. I know tracking is tedious. And this is the one thing that I hear from clients all the time as we go. I've been tracking for 3 months. I'm so bored. Well, if you're trying to save money, okay, then you track your finances. If you're trying to lose weight and fat, then you need to track your food. You can't expect to see results without tracking either one. Am I right? Yeah, I thought so. Now let's talk about changing courses constantly. Let's talk about changing your plan of attack constantly. This is another reason why you are not seeing success with your weight loss or your fat loss. I know you've done it. You've tried a cleanse. You've tried a meal plan from this one. You tried a meal plan from that one. You pull a menu off the internet. You try to lose 15 pounds in 2 days like Kim K. You tried the keto diet. You cut carbs. You fast. Okay. You get where I'm going? You literally try switching directions too frequently. Consistency is key to your success. Okay. You need to cut the shit and be consistent already. Point blank. That's it. Consistency is your key to long-term success. And although you want those short-term results, switching it up is not going to get you there, and it's not going to stick you there either. Okay. So stay with something for months, not weeks. Okay. Most likely your body needs to readjust from you constantly changing it. So you need to give it the time to reacclimate, if you will. And then you can go into something, or just be consistent with eating healthy. Go figure. This is one of the things I do in my Conquer challenges. They'll come in and they have been under eating. And so what we do is we build up that metabolic threshold. We build up their nutrients. We build up their micronutrients, which are your vitamins and minerals. We build up your macronutrients, which are your protein, carbs, and fats. And we build those calories to that good baseline. So you get your body to a good, comfortable baseline and you'll still see results at that baseline, might I add. Okay. And then we do some other things in order to lose the weight in a healthy way, holistically with food, not cutting out carbs and this and that completely and all of that jazz. Okay. So you need to give your body the time to reacclimate and be at a comfortable phase before you then try to do anything to it. And most of the time, you guys just keep throwing shit at it and hoping that it sticks. All right. Next, trying to lose the last 5 to 10 pounds, are we? I just have like 5 or 10 pounds that I need to lose. Like I said earlier, have you ever thought that your body would like the weight that it's at? Like mine? It loves that weight. It loves that number. It might fluctuate between 1 and 2 pounds. Obviously, I mean that, girls, let's face it. If you don't poop, if you poop, if you drink enough water, if you don't drink enough water, if you have alcohol versus you don't, all that stuff comes into play with water weight in your body. So again, you can't have the scale be an accurate read on your progress. Okay. So instead of resisting and trying to beat off or over-exercise or undereat those last 5 to 10 pounds on your body, try to just give it love and nourishment and see what happens. Treat it right. Yes, simple as that. Treat it right. What would your body love? Nutrients, nourishment, rest, recovery, exercise, movement, all of those things. Doesn't matter because you have been saying to yourself that you hate it by just wanting those 5 to 10 pounds coming off, right? Just love your body more and you'll feel more confident in loving it more. And then you'll start to slowly not care about that number on the scale simply by treating yourself better with more love and nourishment. Okay. Are you ready for this? This is my number one reason. I'm finally at my number one reason for you not seeing success in your weight loss or fat loss. Drum roll, please. You aren't embodying the confident, healthy person that you are trying to be. Okay. You aren't embodying the confident, healthy person that you're trying to become. If you aren't feeling into the feeling of how it would be to wake up energized, to walk confidently about your day, to put on clothes and feel good about yourself, to look at yourself in the mirror naked and say, hey, how will it feel? Nourishing your body, being healthy in abundant, feeling healthy, feeling abundant, having that food to fuel you. If you aren't feeling into that, how the F can you show up as her? How do you expect yourself to come into that person if you aren't doing what she would be doing? What does she wake up like? Does she wake up energized? Okay. What is her nighttime routine? Who does she surround herself with? How many hours of restful sleep does she get? What does she eat during the day? Does she take vitamins and what are they? How does she budget her time? Where does she work out? How intense does she work out? What is her routine? All of these things. What does she drink? I want you to embody that. Okay. I want you to embody her. Let's start doing all of that. Yes, let's start doing all of that. All of what we talked about today. And little by slow, your body starts showing up for you just as you are showing up for it. I cannot wait to hear about your success with these tips. So I want you to make sure that you share this podcast and write down your number one favorite piece of it. What was the thing that was the aha moment for you throughout this podcast? I want you to share it because someone else needs to hear it. We as women have been dying by this number on the scale for so long. And I want to help others understand that the number does not define you. What will define you is how you feel about yourself walking through your day confidently, feeling organized with your life, being in control of yourself and how you feel. Okay. And these tips for your health and wellness are so important. So important. Take the time to put you first this year. Okay. And that does not mean you have to be selfish. All that means is that you are able to shine your light more, help others feel better about themselves, be a role model for your children. Set yourself up for success, guys. You've got this. I know you do. And I want to hear about it. So make sure that you message me, tag this episode, share this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. You know the drill. Leave a review on Apple. Please, guys, I love giving you this content. Help me continue to help others. I love you guys. Until next time, with strength, love, and light always. Hey, Conquer Crew. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Conquer Your Life podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone else who you think will enjoy it as well. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the future tips, tricks, and motivation to conquer your life. Also, if you would please leave a rating or review, I would be forever grateful, as it helps me know I'm providing you with value and inspires me to keep providing you with some free badass content. If you are on social media, don't forget to screenshot this episode and tag me at Janelle Montero and at Conquer Life Brands. I love engaging with all of you and sharing to my stories as well. Signing off until the next episode with strength, love, and light always.